Joining me right now on Kumite TV for the first time is Full Metal Dojo.
Yes, sir.
Welterweight? Mostafa Radi,
Welterweight
what's
this
going
time.
on,
I fight in
Mustafa?
any weight. Let's go.
Anyway, all right.
Yes, I'm fighting on Full Metal Dojo on August the 31st. And my opponent is Javier Trujillo. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, but I'm sure he can't pronounce my name right either. So we're on the same page on that. I'm really looking forward for this fight because this is kind of like my coming out party. We've been knocking on every door for a long, long time, and finally someone gave me the opportunity. I've been literally asking and begging for fights everywhere. And then as soon as this opportunity came out, it come out on a 4 week notice, not even 4 weeks, maybe 3 weeks and a half. But I was so excited, I jumped in to take it because we don't really do camps. We're always training, we're always in the gym. You can ask anybody from the gym. You know the guys yourself. Shakim. Agan. Everybody from the gym. You can ask them. We're always training. So when I got this opportunity, it wasn't like, oh, I need to get in shape. Oh, I need to lose weight. I was good to go. I was like, let's go. I can go in this weekend and fight this weekend. So I'm very excited.
All right, speaking of your gym, Monarchy MMA in Malaysia, talk about how you ended up in Malaysia because you're
Uh,
Jordanian.
Oh man, it's so I come out here as a student first, and then found my way into martial art gyms, and I was in a couple of gyms before that, and it's a funny story because the person who actually brought me to the gym is my very good friend Hussein Janturi, and he's also a fighter, one of the top bantamweight fighters on the scene, one of the top Malaysian bantamweights. He just won another amateur belt. He has two already. One at featherweight, one at flyweight. So he's just making noise everywhere. So me and him fought in a catchweight fight before. We actually fought in my second amateur fight. And after that, he actually was the one who invited me over to Monarchy MMA and said, "Oh, it's a good place for you to train, and you've got a lot of training partners." So I owe it all to him, really. He's my good friend now.
How long have you been at Monarchy?
I would say about 2 years and a half now already, maybe going into three soon. But it's been like a blessing. It's really been a blessing to have a lot of coaches that are their main focus is just you. They're not focused on nobody else. Their whole focus is on you, and they're willing to take time off their day that they're not getting paid for or they're not getting compensated for just to help you because out of the love they have for us and out of the will to get us better. They really, really, really want to get us better, and you can see that in every session. They take out something out of their own life just to help us out. So I can be nothing but appreciative. I really am. We got Bruninho Barbosa, of course, my jiu-jitsu coach and my mentor as well to a certain point, in life. And he's like literally like if you ask anybody on the scene, he'll tell you he's a top black belt in Asia, and he's competing in the world soon. So shout out to him, and I'm sure he'll get that world championship title. And as for my striking coach, I've got the man with the plan, we call him Conrado. He's like the maestro, of what goes on. I do my game plans with him. I do my pads with him. He's in charge of my conditioning program. I'm literally messaging him every single day. He knows what time I sleep, what time I wake up. He knows more about me than anybody else, and he's always figuring out what I should do in a day, what days I should rest, what days I should push harder. So I've really got a full team of killers, and then not to forget my wrestling coach, Mehdi Bagheri, who already beat Javier before. So he's kind of giving me a little bit of inside information as well.
Let's go back to your striking coach. You say that he knows everything that's going on in your life. How important has that been for you and your development as a fighter to have someone care for you so much?
It's amazing. It's like I can't even describe it. It's literally like so sometimes, a lot of times, you worry about doing too little or doing too much. And for me, it's mostly doing too much because I'm always in the gym. Like you say, I'm a gym rat. I'm literally all the time I'm in the gym and I'm always working. And my main focus is not like, look, obviously everybody wants to win, and I love winning more than anything in the world, you know, and that's the whole thing. But for me, the number one most important thing, even more important than winning, is getting better. And I know it sounds cliche, and a lot of people say it, but I'd rather be in a place where I'm constantly evolving, constantly getting better, rather than in a place where I'm stale and stagnant, but I'm winning all the time. You know, I'd really prefer that. So I feel like having a guy like this around me is like the most beneficial thing that any fighter could ever ask for, because you'll have a lot of good striking coaches that are knowledgeable, but then their attention spread out to a lot of guys and they don't really care about you that much. But with him, he's a super knowledgeable guy that literally every single session I have with him, I'm just like, wow, you know, it blows my mind away from the amount of stuff that he knows, by the knowledge that he has, by the way it can add into my own game. You know, he understands that he never try to change me and make me someone else. That's what I found like a big thing with other coaches, where they were very good, but then they were trying to make me into their own style. But then with Coco, a big part of it was he found my style and was like, okay, let's just tweak it. Let's just find holes in it and tweak the holes that are already existing in it. And that's why I like him. I hope he forgives me for being late. Hopefully for saying this, you know.
Moving on to your wrestling coach,
Uh-huh.
Mehdi
Maddie,
Bagari. He already fought Javier, your upcoming opponent. Um,
yes, sir.
does it give you a lot of confidence to have someone in your corner that has already experienced, fighting the guy that you're going to fight?
When it comes to like wrestling coaches, again, it's like hard to find somebody who doesn't want to make you someone else. You know, that really is him. You know, he'll find a takedown that he feels that I'm good at, or a shot that I'm very good at, and he'll try to work on getting that better. You know. And when it comes to, like, everyone literally calls him my older brother because we look a lot alike, at least to some people, you know. So he's literally like my big brother, you know. Like I really kind of have that relationship with him. It's not really as much as a coach-student kind of relationship. We're more like brothers, but he's always showing me stuff. He's always helping me out. He's always helping me improve my game, you know. And then pushing me as well. Just today I was sparring with him, and Aguilan getting smashed into bits, you know. So I feel like I'm prepared for this fight. I'm very well prepared for this fight.
You're going to Bangkok. You're gonna fight for Full Metal Dojo. Full Metal Dojo is, one of the best places I think for an up and coming fighter to fight at, because the atmosphere, the rules, they're all special. Like the atmosphere is crazy. It's like Thunderdome, and the rules is you have every rule possible that you can utilize. You have 12 to 6 elbows, you have soccer kicks. All of those things make this fight much more exciting. For you, what does this opportunity mean?
It means a lot, honestly. Like, when you look at the guys that came out of Full Metal Dojo, and then the venues they've went into are very big venues. You know, it really opens up a lot of doors for you, because there is coverage. Like, I'm speaking to you. You know, I've never done any interviews about my fights before, so up until now I've been just in the closet. You know what I mean? And now this is the first time I'm coming out and I'm telling people, like, look, I can fight. You know what I mean? And I'm good at this, and now I got this opportunity to show it to people. And when it comes to FMD, it's definitely special because the whole environment is different. The way they set up the fights and the rule set, like you said, is a bit different. They allow knees to ground the opponent and all stuff like that. But in the end of the day, it's a fight, brother. Like, for me, I just look at it as a fight. It could be anywhere. It could be in the airport, in a shopping mall, in a garage. It doesn't really matter to me, you know. I'm just gonna come in there to fight.
You say you stay ready, you're always training, um, but what do you feel is like the best part of your game?
Well, without letting too much secrets out, you know, without letting too much secrets out, I'd definitely say I'm a striker, you know, in the end of the day. But I'm always working on my grappling. Like, when you got a guy like Bruno, like my professor, Bruno Barbosa, it's hard not to be working your grappling, because he literally made me fall in love with it in a big, big way. The way he explains it, the way he has so much passion for it. You know, you don't see people who've been in the sport for more than 20 years with that much passion for the sport. And it really inspires me in a big way. You know, every time I see it, every time I see him and speak to him. So that's why I tell people I really do look up to him, because when you see a guy who's been in the sport for 20 years and have accomplished all that he's accomplished and built such a great team, you can't help but look up to him and hope one day maybe, you know what I mean, you can have something like that of your own, you know. So I definitely say I'm a striker at heart, but I'm a very well-rounded fighter, I would say.
Do you have any other fights lined up after this one at the end of
So
August?
just as we speak right now, I was just messaging this promotion that I fought at before here in Malaysia called MFC, and they're having pro fights, and they just put up a post like name pro fighters that you want to fight. So I put in my name in the basket, put a couple of my teammates' names in the basket. So let's see what they've got for us. You know, we've got hopefully we're in talks as well with URCC in the Philippines for November. We're in talks with them to get fights as well. For me, my target goal is to get as much fights as I possibly can. I know I'm still young, but I want to get in as much fights as I can because I just love this shit, you know.
August 31st, man, it's going to be fun, man. You're going to get your chance. It's going to be major exposure. A lot of people watch Full Metal Dojo online. You know, a lot of viral videos have come from that arena. You know, I'm glad that you're getting your opportunity. I know a few of your teammates, you know, and they have become big names around the region. And most likely, this is your turn to, you know, break out and have a great performance in the main event. I think this is the main event, right?
It's the co-main event, I believe, but I'll tell you one thing: it's the people's main event. So let's just make that clear.
Okay, okay. Well, Full Metal Dojo 17, August 31st, Bangkok,
Yes, sir.
Thailand.
Yes,
Mustafa,
sir.
thank you so much for the time and
Thank
good
you.
luck
Be
on the
there.
fight
Make
and
sure
your
you guys
future.
tune in. Make sure you guys tune in and make sure you support your boy.